People of the internet, Joe Rogan is so deep in it, he is just scuba diving in delusion. His echo chamber is ridiculous, and he just thinks he's a comedy god and has absolutely no idea that everybody thinks he's not funny. They respect his podcast, but we all know Joe being a comedian is like saying I'm ugly. It's just not true. So here we go. Got a little clip for you. They start talking about Katt Williams. And then Matt Sierra asks the most important question asked on the Joe Rogan show in forever. And it's Joe's response we're after. Good old Joe. Let's take a look.
It's 2018 and
what's with this
Living
woke
up
stuff?
past.
Did you guys see Katt Williams in Phoenix?
No.
We lit
Did
up
you
that
see
dude.
that? Oh
No.
my God! Not only did he lit up that dude, he had the whole crowd chanting "America."
Yeah, dude.
He's like,
What did he do?
"Motherfucker, this ain't Mexico. This is Phoenix." It was incredible.
Lit
The
him up.
heckler? Yeah, the heckler?
Oh,
Yeah.
he had a heckler in Phoenix, and
Some about Mexicans and Katt just
Bro, the
fucking
last-
lights him
I
on
saw
fire.
Katt Williams at the Comedy Store one time. He was so fucking good. He was so, like, I've been doing this for 30 years. He was like, and he was playing with the band and stuff like that.
Yep, they're all sucking up and kissing up to Katt, even though Katt poo-pooed on him last year. This is what these people do. No balls. No balls. However you would like to see them handle the situation is not how it's going to be. They're not going to be honest. Like, I'll be honest with you. If a guy went on a big show, it went viral, and it was viral because you were shitting on all of us, I probably wouldn't be cool with that dude. And I certainly wouldn't be on my knees, better call Tyrone, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be happening. So, all right, let's continue.
he's one of the greats.
Did you see him on
One of
Theo's
the greats.
podcast?
No.
Because he's kind of does a character, and he's doing his thing. But Theo's so fucking funny. He breaks like 3 times. He just can't. He just can't.
Oh, really?
Because Theo's talking about black ducks. He goes, "You need to get you some black ducks, dude."
Theo's
It's so
out of
funny.
his mind.
Theo's so
He's the
funny.
best.
He broke Katt like 4 times. Dude.
Really?
Bro,
Yeah, it's
how
the
about
best.
when he was talking to the president and he was saying, "Man, that cocaine will turn you into a damn owl."
Have you seen that reports turning a damn out?
I saw that.
And Trump saw.
You see that? Let's just rewind it. You see right there, Matt Serra is not liking this conversation. Let's just see if I can skip back a little bit. All right, watch his gesture. I'll try and pause it for you.
damn
No,
out.
I saw that.
And Trump saw.
Look at that face. You could tell something's building up in him. You could tell there's something on his mind. He's like, they're talking about Katt Williams, but like, yo, I got something to say about Katt.
Trump's like, "What the fuck?
president
This
of the
kid's
United
talking
States."
about cocaine." But that is like really probably what Trump needed. He needed those kind of interviews.
Which comedians was he shitting on when he said your friends aren't funny?
Yo! Look at that! Like he pulled up on the street. Yo! Which comedians was he talking about, huh? Which comedians? Let me at him. Dude, the most important question asked on the JRE show in years. In years! But this is the moment we have all been waiting for. What does Joe Rogan say? For $1,000, Joe Rogan says...
I don't know.
Not to make it awkward.
Listen, he
Why
said
would
that.
he do that?
He said that because he thought for some crazy reason that I didn't want to have him on, like somehow or another.
Are you feeling what I'm feeling? I'm feeling a whole lot of bullshit. And you want to know how someone is bullshitting you? You want to know? Now listen, it's not always accurate, but look at Joe Rogan. There's no confidence in what he's saying. He's not telling the truth. And he's making something up right now. You know how I can tell that? Because he's not looking Matt Serra in the eye. He's looking down at the ground. He's using his hands. His hands. This is the wheel. The wheel is turning. And it's coming out in his hands. You see that? He's looking down. Do you trust me when I look like this and I'm explaining something like this to you? Do you trust me? Do you trust me? No, you don't. You don't at all. He's lying right now. Let's go back. Now watch it with what I said. Look at Joe Rogan's reaction. And but also look at how Matt Sarah says. He looks directly at Joe Rogan. He's mad. He's irritated. He has a little bit of beef with this Katt guy, but he looks directly at him. Who is he talking about, eh? You want to take this outside? You want to take this outside? Done with you, motherfuckers. All right, here we go.
That is like really probably what Trump needed. He needed those kind of interviews.
Which comedians was he shitting on when he said your friends aren't funny?
I don't know.
Not to make it awkward.
Listen, he
Why
said that.
would he do that?
He said that because he thought for some crazy reason that I didn't want to.
I let it get further. Look. Okay, let's watch it one more time. I won't pause. Sorry.
Was he shitting on when he said your friends aren't funny?
I don't know.
Not to make it awkward.
Listen, he
Why
said
would
that.
Did you hear that? I'm sorry, I have to pause it. Because this is the tell. This is the tell that Joe Rogan's lying. Because listen to the first words. The first words out of his mouth were instant. That was the truth. And then look what he does after. Sorry, I'm breaking this down because some of y'all be up in my comments and I am assuredly going to prove you wrong. I'm taking the extra step, baby. We're doing this. We are breaking this down like it's the O.J. Simpson trial. And the glove. Anyways, here we go. Listen to the first words out of Joe Rogan's mouth.
he do that?
He said that because he.
Wait. I missed it. We got to go back a little.
Trump's like, what the fuck?
president
This
of the
kid's
United
talking
States.
about cocaine.
Listen.
But that is like really probably what Trump needed. He needed those kind of interviews.
Which comedians was he shitting on when he said your friends aren't funny?
I don't know.
Not.
I don't know. He says, I don't know, but then he begins to explain the answer. He's lying. He's making it up because he originally, his natural response is, why did he do that? I don't know. I don't know. Who was he shitting on? Why did he do that? I don't know. And then he looks down. Let's watch the whole thing.
Not to make it awkward.
Listen, he
Why
said that.
would he do that?
He said that because he thought for some crazy reason that I didn't want to have him on, like somehow or another, that he would be showing up people or something like because he's so good. Maybe he thought that because he's isolated. That's not. He doesn't know me that well. The first time I met him was in the studio.
Yeah.
I love Katt Williams. I've always been a fan. I've always talked.
Notice while he's saying that about Katt, what's he doing, folks? Looking down. He's lying. Dude, he had Katt Williams on to save face because Katt slam dunked. And listen, the one thing that you can do that will make Joe Rogan mad beyond a shadow of a doubt is tell him he's not funny. That is his kryptonite. And Joe Rogan, this Katt Williams thing and all the truth coming out about Rogan and people going, yeah, this motherfucker ain't funny. He's selling us some bullshit. He ain't funny. That ain't comedy. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. He's just a poster boy for NBC. Just a little corporate puppet. Puppet. Anyways. Those were other people. That's not what I said. That's what I heard on the internet. But besides that, that's why he had him on. Now, under Joe Rogan's belief lie train, as we know it to be called, he's saying Katt was isolated. How was Katt isolated? He's not isolated, Joe, Mr. Egotistical, just because he isn't friends with you. So everybody that isn't friends with you is isolated. Okay, well, aren't we the center of the universe? Right? And then it's also because maybe he thought that Joe didn't want him on the podcast. You notice how every reason is because Joe. Katt had this massive insecurity deep inside because he just wanted to be liked by Joe. No, he called you out on a goddamn show that the whole internet saw. That literally was talked about on every news channel. Every morning show. I don't know about the rest of the world, but in America, that shit was everywhere. And Joe had to save face, because he's so insecure. Like, I think Joe's really insecure about being funny because that's like the only thing. Joe has it all. You could say that. Everybody in the comments goes, oh, Joe has $1 billion. I want to fall into $1 billion too. Yeah, but it's not going to happen. Most of us aren't going to fall into $1 billion. You know why? Because he didn't fall into $1 billion. He sold out in the 90s, my brother. He was on that Disney NBC shit, dog. He's always been rich. He's just been getting richer. And even he said it many a times. It's easy to get richer when you're rich. So don't believe all this like falling into $1 billion. No, dude, he knew what he was doing back in the 90s. That's why he sold out. He took the money. And there ain't nothing wrong with taking the money. Right? Shit, most of us would take the money. Give me $50 million. I'm out. I'm out, dog. See ya. But if you take the money, don't try and pretend that you didn't take the money and that all of a sudden you're the king of morality and what people should do. And also, the guy that sold out is the guy that could speak about comedy, a form that embodies degenerates as its kings. The problem is with Joe Rogan is he just won't be what he is. Now he's trying to be a political authority, a moral authority, an authority on parenting, an authority on science, an authority on everything. Instead of just being curious and knowing who he is and asking questions like he used to, now he's trying to be an authority on all these subjects. And now he's lying to you after always lying to you. He is lying to you about what everybody knows, the exact reason that Katt Williams said it.
Talked about Pimp Chronicles. It's
That's the
fucking
one.
fantastic. It's so good. He's so wild. And I've actually taken advice from him. There's 2 pieces of advice that
Dude, man. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know the answer to life and all of our social beliefs, what we think are right, what we think are wrong. Who knows? Who knows what's right? I'm not trying to sit here and say my beliefs are right, but I can tell you something. I can tell you something amongst all beliefs, unless you're in a cult, because when a man just straight lies to your face and pretends like nothing happened, and he doesn't know the answer, I think that gets under the skin of all of us that believe all kinds of things. I think it does. Look at him. He's still looking down. Has a man ever told the truth looking down for 2 minutes straight? I don't care. I don't care about comedy is subjective. I don't care if you think this guy's funny and I don't think he's funny and I think he's funny and you don't. We're allowed. We're allowed. We're allowed. The problem is, it's not funny. The problem is, is that it's so bad, it's so fraudulent, it's so fake, and it is so much more bullshit than it is funny that is the problem. Because come on, man. Everything in life takes advantage of us. Our job, our country, our city. People that have kids, holy shit. Right? And we have time. If you do not know, I could say with 100% guarantee, outside of all religion, outside of any kind of belief like this I know to be 100% true, a shadow of a doubt. And if you don't think it's the truth, well, you're stupid. Because the most precious thing on this earth to humans, the most valuable thing to humans that we could ever buy, which we can't, but if we could put a price on it, the most valuable thing to us is time. Time. There's nothing more important than time. And if you don't believe that, time dictates everything in your life. That's how important it is. The entire human world runs on time. The trees grow with time. And the point of this is I have very little time to do what I like, because the powers of the world, they take that time away from us because they know it's valuable, because they use our time to make them money. So when I have free time, I don't want to be sold shit. But these men are willing to sell you shit all the time. And if they are willing to disrespect your time, they don't care about your time. So why do you care about them? Why do you get tribal? Why do you protect them? You know, I know, we all know Katt Williams doesn't think Joe Rogan or Brendan Schaub or Tom Segura or Bert Kreischer or Brian Callen are funny. We all know who they are. Mark Norman, Ari Shaffir. We know who they are. But they don't respect your time, so they're dishonest to you.
I took from an interview that he did once that I used to this day. One, he said, I never eat before a show. He said, don't eat. He goes, I want to be hungry. I'm better off being hungry. My brain works better. And then two, he said, I have a music playlist that I make that just gets me in the mood to do a show. And so I'm like, that's a good idea. And from then on, I started carrying around like a Bluetooth machine, like a Bluetooth boombox, and bringing, and then the Green Room playlist that we have on Spotify. That's all the songs.
But it's no
like
different than what
35
athletes do.
hours.
It's smart. You guys should do it. That's what athletes do.
It was a smart.
All of those men outside of Matt Serra are who Katt was talking about. And all of those men just got on their knees and kissed his ass and lied. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the playlist. Oh, my God, bro. Like, genius. A playlist? Who would have ever thought of a playlist? You know, like, you just make a playlist and there's a playlist before doing things. Has anybody in the history of the world ever made a playlist for an activity? No, I couldn't imagine. Oh, my God, we're just about to, this is science Nobel Prize. It's maddening. We're not jealous. We're going mad. We're going fucking insane. Because you keep eating up this slop, this shit. And because of that, they take over the media. They buy, they make deals. And then the real funny people are nowhere to be found. I don't know what life is all about. I can't tell you what to do, what's right or wrong. But it sure doesn't feel good being lied to. Especially when it's on your own time.
Know you like to bang, you don't stay.